When one chapter closes, another one is being written. We are hot off the heels of the Battleground Premium Live event as Monday Night Raw rolls around here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, live from the BOK Center. This is the aftermath of a tremendous Premium Live event in Fort Worth, Texas. What a night it was at Battleground. But tonight, as I said, one chapter has closed and another one is being written here tonight, as we feel the fallout of Battleground, and we also start our trek towards the Spark Arena, start our trek towards New Zealand, start our trek towards the Money in the Bank Premium Live event. It is a sold-out crowd here tonight in the BOK Arena, just days after the Battleground Premium Live event, and tonight we have a phenomenal show set for you here on the Red Brand. Of course, it was announced last week we have two big-time championship matchups headed your way here in the BOK Arena. Of course, we have the World Tag Team Championships on the line as the champions, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, go 2v2 with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. The New Day want a crack at the tag team titles, and they're getting it later tonight. And of course, in our main event, the Women's World Championship will be up for grasp in a no disqualification matchup as the champion Stephanie Vaquer defends her title against Natalya. These two women have been going back and forth over the past month. We will recap everything that has been going down between these two before our main event later tonight. And as I said, we are starting our trek towards Money in the Bank. Well, we have two qualifying matches to take place, and one of them is this. What a matchup this is going to be. Qualifying matchup for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We'll see the two Max Luchador brothers go one-on-one. It is Penta taking on Rey Fenix. And coming up in just mere moments, ladies and gentlemen, the women's Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. The first one we have on deck. It is Zarya getting a huge opportunity as she will take on the man Becky Lynch in one-on-one action in just moments. All this and more to go down here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And here comes a woman that has been on the trek for the Women's World Championship really all year. And the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match could be her prime ticket to the top.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland,
Well, if you are wondering just how somehow Becky Lynch isn't champion at the moment, that is all because of the great AJ Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're going to take you back. This was after the Backlash Premium Live event when AJ Lee would cost Becky Lynch her shot at the Women's World Championship. Of course, it would be Stephanie Vaquer ending up winning that night. And AJ Lee basically saying she's doing what she's doing to Becky Lynch because Becky believes she's the end-all be-all of the women's division, and AJ is not having it. She will not allow Becky Lynch to walk all over the talented women's division and everybody in the back. And of course, Becky Lynch has taken great offense to everything that AJ Lee has done. And Becky Lynch would confront AJ Lee once again in a war of words. Back and forth between these two women would progress. And AJ Lee really digging into Becky Lynch on that night. They've really had issues ever since the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, if we're being real, ladies and gentlemen. And AJ Lee just continuing to double down, saying whatever Becky Lynch is doing, she will be there to stop her in her path to the top. Becky Lynch wants to get back to the top. She's going to have to go through AJ Lee. And that's exactly what Becky Lynch did. As you can see here, after Becky presumably had left, she would take matters into her own hands and take out AJ Lee. Of course, with that kendo stick attack, did the man. And we haven't seen AJ Lee since. And tonight, with no AJ Lee, Becky Lynch believes she can finally get back on track. Becky Lynch has gone on record to say, we talked to her earlier and she said, I quote, notice how Stephanie Vaquer wasn't even on the Battleground Premium Live event. It was going to be her first Premium Live event as champion, and the champ was nowhere to be found. Becky said if that were her with the gold, that championship possibly would have main evented the show. That's a discussion for another day. Right now, the man has got to focus on her opponent here tonight. It is a woman that has all the tools to be a champion. She has done it in the past. She has done it down in NXT. Well, tonight could be her night. Biggest match of her career against the man, Becky Lynch. Can Zarya pull off the big upset in this huge opportunity?
And her opponent, accompanied by Sol Ruca from Adelaide, Australia, Zarya!
Of course, accompanied by her best friend down to the ring, Sol Ruca, is watching the back of Zarya here tonight. Big opportunity for Zarya to become the first woman to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And if she can do that, she can defeat Becky Lynch. That will already be the biggest win of her career. That could skyrocket Zarya's worth here on Monday Night Raw. But of course, going up against Becky Lynch, it is easier said than done. But if anybody has the tools to do it, it is going to be this woman. One of the most powerful athletes we have here in the WWE, and she is also very agile. There's almost nothing that Zarya can't do. So Becky Lynch will have her hands full here tonight as we are getting things underway from the BOK Center here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. As referee Jessica Carr will get us underway here to start. Becky Lynch and Zarya, one-on-one women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Zarya out of the gate taking down Becky. Well, I don't think Becky expected this already, immediately being taken down by Zarya. The hungry youngin here on Monday Night Raw has only been here for a couple of months and already looking to make her name known. And Becky trying to slow her down a little bit here. Grabbing the collar and elbow tie-up. I don't know how much this is going to work. And as you can see, Zarya overpowering Becky Lynch. Yes, Becky was just trying to slow things down, trying to make sure that she could get back into it. But a kick there by Zarya. And right now, Becky not looking too good. And Zarya is going to go for a quick pin here. May believe she has the matchup won early, but a kick out at one by Becky. Or maybe Zarya knew that it wasn't going to win the match, but she's trying to tire out Becky as much as she possibly can. And right now, this is not a good start for Becky Lynch. Of course, the main reason why AJ Lee has been doing what she's been doing, because she knows how talented this women's locker room is, and Becky Lynch is seeing that firsthand right now with Zarya. AJ Lee saying she was not going to allow Becky Lynch to run all over this talented women's locker room that we have on the red brand. But right now, Becky Lynch is having her way as she has been able to slow down the momentum and take out Zarya. Of course, Sol Ruca here at ringside to make sure no foul play goes down with Becky Lynch in this match. We know Becky would do anything she can to pick up a huge win. Right now, it seems like Becky is just going by the book, and there's a kick out by Zarya, just going by the textbook maneuvers here by Becky Lynch to take down the big Aussie. Of course, what a night it was at the Battleground Premium Live event. Of course, we will recap some of the matches that happened on the Raw side of the Premium Live event. Of course, we would see the World Heavyweight Championship defended as Gunther would be able to take out the megastar LA Knight. We would also see Cody Rhodes from SmackDown defeating Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre. And then we would also see Liv Morgan defeating Lyra Valkyria to retain the Women's Championship over on SmackDown. A lot went down over at Battleground, and we will go over some of the results later tonight. But right now, it is all about our move towards Money in the Bank, and of course, Saturday night's main event coming up in really not too long of time, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night's main event not too far away. In just about 2 weeks, Saturday night's main event will go down next week, next Saturday, here in the WWE. And right now, Becky Lynch is starting to feel it. She's got Zarya right where she wants her. Becky Lynch wants to put her first name, she wants to be the first name in the hat, if we could get our English right here. She wants to be the first name in the hat, the first name to be confirmed for the Spark Arena and for the Money in the Bank Premium Live event. And right now, Becky Lynch, what's she planning to do? Trying to get Zarya back in the middle of the ring, and she finally does. Zarya not looking too good at the moment. It's been all Becky Lynch almost throughout this first half of this matchup, but Zarya now maybe starting to fight her way back into this thing. Big strikes here by Zarya, big chops here by Zarya. Trying to fight back, moves out of that one, another chop. Here comes Zarya, there's a pump kick down to Becky Lynch. And Zarya starting to fight back here. Becky sent to the corner. Here comes Zarya. She might have ran out of gas there, ladies and gentlemen, but that doesn't mean she's not going to put the shoulder into the gut of the man. She wanted to get a little bit of momentum going into it, but instead had to do what she had to do. And now on the middle rope, Zarya with a moonsault. The man is in trouble as Zarya has fought her way back in this thing. Jessica Carr, perfect position for the cover, and there's a kick out by Becky. This is all about to see who will put their name in the hat. Who will be the first woman named for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match at Money in the Bank. And now Becky reverses Zarya, gets her in the corner. Becky Lynch with a back elbow. And now Becky once again with a running strike, that running drop kick while Zarya was seated in the corner. And Becky Lynch weathering the storm once again. And now Becky grabbing a hold of the arm. She's got the disarmor locked in on Zarya. Nowhere to go for Zarya. Sol Ruca pleading with her best friend to try to not give up here. Oh my goodness, Zarya in deep trouble. I don't know how much more she can take. Becky Lynch has got that arm. She's got it locked in good here. But Zarya somehow able to slip out of there. And now Zarya with a big clothesline. Had to use the right arm there because that left arm was held in a very long time in that disarmor. Zarya trying to fight back, but Becky Lynch with a manhandle slam. And that could be all she wrote. Textbook finish here by Becky Lynch, but Zarya able to get the shoulder up. Well, almost textbook for the man, but clearly there's a lot more left to be done in this one. Maybe Becky Lynch starting to really see why AJ Lee has been doing what she has been doing. Not allowing Becky Lynch to talk down on the women's roster here on Monday Night Raw, and she just got a first-hand experience why as Zarya is still fighting back in this matchup. There's that pump kick once again. And now Becky, what's she planning to do? She's using the ropes to help herself up. And Zarya, though, right there on the attack. What's going to happen here? Big punch there by Zarya. And this is not where the man wants to be. Oh, my goodness. Zarya now looking to show off the power. A stalling superplex. You've got to be kidding me. Stalling superplex there by Zarya. And now Zarya might be looking for the finishing touches. Up goes Becky, and everything must come down eventually. Face first off the canvas. Will Zarya do it? No, she won't, at least not yet. Oh my goodness, Zarya hitting her best shot, and Becky Lynch still able to fight out of it. It is easier said than done being able to defeat the man. But clearly Becky Lynch has a lot left in the tank. She's got that arm again. Oh no, the disarmor locked in for the second time. The disarmor is locked in, and she's got it locked in pretty tight right now. Zarya, the pain on her face. She's already felt this before, and Becky seems to have it locked in a lot better than she did the first time. Zarya, she's got to give up. She held on for as long as she could. But at the end of the day, Becky Lynch is the first woman to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Well, step one is complete for the man. And now she must move on to New Zealand, move on to the Spark Arena, where it could be her chance at immortality. There isn't a lot that Becky Lynch has not done in her career here in WWE. Winning the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase is one of those things she has yet to do, and now she gets that chance.
Here is your winner, Becky Lynch.
Well, Becky Lynch believes she has gotten rid of the biggest obstacle in her quest back to the top. She took care of AJ Lee, and now, as you can see, she is the first woman to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Becky Lynch would do anything it takes to get to that Women's World title, and tonight was just step one. Can she complete step two in New Zealand? A statement from the man Becky Lynch. She says that there is nothing anybody can do to stop her from becoming Women's World Champion. She has taken care of the big problem that is AJ Lee, and now she is on a crash course to becoming the champion, and it goes through the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match as she is the first woman to qualify. Back live here on Monday Night Raw as we take a look back at the Battleground Premium Live event. Replay is available now. The World Heavyweight Championship was on the line between the champion, the Ring General Gunther, and the challenger, the megastar, LA Knight. Of course, LA Knight about a couple of months ago called his shot, saying whoever won at Backlash between Gunther and CM Punk, that he would be coming for him and he wants a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, we would see Gunther win on that night to become World Heavyweight Champion, and that would set him on a crash course to eventually facing the megastar. Of course, at first, Gunther did not want to face LA Knight. He believed that LA Knight did not deserve the match. But LA Knight did everything he could to get the match. And then after a tag team victory over Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, Gunther had no choice but to defend the gold in Fort Worth. And what a fight it was. Everything that happened in that matchup was with passion. Both of these men giving it everything they could to walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. There are multiple times in this matchup where we thought LA Knight would walk out with the championship. We thought LA Knight would become the World Heavyweight Champion on that night. And this is one of those sequences right here after the big splash by the Ring General Gunther, as you can see in these highlights on your screen. LA Knight able to pop that shoulder up, and Gunther was furious. And as you can see, Gunther going to argue with official Charles Robinson, but that opened the door for LA Knight to hit this BFT out of nowhere, the second BFT of the matchup. We thought LA Knight would win the championship right here, but unfortunately for him, Gunther able to get the shoulder up. But all that effort from LA Knight would be in a defeating manner as Gunther would hit this vicious powerbomb right here, and unfortunately for the megastar, he would not walk out of Fort Worth as champion. Gunther vanquishing LA Knight on that night, but we know that the megastar, as defiant as ever, will be back one day to claim the World Heavyweight Championship. But as it stands right now, Gunther once again showing why he reigns supreme over the Monday Night Raw roster. What a night and what a fight that was at Battleground. But we move on here live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, live in the BOK Center as we're getting set for our first championship contest of the night. The World Tag Team Championships are on the line as Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns, will defend the gold against the New Day's Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. And let's take a look back on how we even got to this matchup here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take you back to a couple of weeks ago when the Motor City Machine Guns had their first match as the champions as they were taking on American-made Creed brothers in Brutus and Julius. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin able to pick up a huge win their first night as the champions. First match, 1-0 as the champions. A good start for them, but it was after the match is what got people talking. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston hitting the ring and assaulting the champions. Kofi and Xavier feel disrespected that they were not a part of the inaugural World Tag Team Championship title match at Backlash to crown the champions. Of course, that was between the Motor City Machine Guns and the Usos. Then the next week, we would see Kofi and Xavier in tag team action, and it would be a nice win for the New Day on that night. The New Day making sure that they backed up their words that they deserve to be in the championship conversation, and with that victory, they were able to prove that. And then after the matchup, it was a little bit of a piece of their own medicine, not as, as direct and as exactly the way that the New Day handled Motor City, but Motor City would hit the building, and they would start talking that trash on the stage. And this has led us to tonight with the World Tag Team Championships on the line between these two teams.
Is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship.
It's your boys, the New Day.
These two men are simply put tired of the disrespect. They were dumbfounded when they weren't even approached with the idea of a World Tag Team Championship opportunity at Backlash. But tonight, they could put all that to rest. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. And tonight could be the night that they add yet another championship reign to their legacy. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston turning a new leaf. We all know what they did to their former friend, their former brother in Big E, just casting him out of the New Day like they did. It has led to World Championship material. It has led to another championship reign, but it didn't go the way the New Day wanted. That wasn't a New Day typical reign. They want another long reign. They once again want to become the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. We know the history they have with the Usos, and with the Usos taking that from them. The New Day want to be known as the greatest tag team of all time. And tonight, if they are able to defeat the Motor City Machine Guns in the middle of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tulsa will have no choice. Hell, the world will have no choice but to thank God for the New Day. A big fight feel here tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The BOK Center is ready to go for this championship contest. And the champions, well, they've been looking forward to this one for a while now. They've wanted to get their hands on the New Day ever since that attack a couple of weeks back. And Motor City is in the building here tonight. Alex Shelley on the left, Chris Sabin on the right. Your World Tag Team Champions are ready to defend their gold here tonight. You see the look on their faces, the determination on the face of the champions, unrattled confidence for Motor City here tonight. They believe they are the best tag team to ever do it. They've got the gold around their waist to prove it. But tonight, all of that could come crashing down. But knowing Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, they are not going out without a fight. They are not going to allow Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston to have their way. Two of the greatest tag teams to ever do it. doing battle here tonight for the World Tag Team Championships. Let's send it down to Mike Rome.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 417 pounds, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day. And their opponents at a combined weight of 420 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns.
We had a tag team championship matchup this past Friday on SmackDown where we saw DIY retain their championships against Fraxium. Will history be able to repeat itself on the champion side? Or will the challengers come in here and will we be hearing and new at the end of this one? Kofi Kingston and Chris Sabin getting us underway, and out of the gate you can see Chris Sabin not having it with the New Day. Motor City has been waiting for this night to get their hands on the New Day once and for all in the middle of the ring, and tonight they finally have that chance and they can shut up the New Day for good. It's a fast start here for Motor City. Kofi Kingston on the Motor City side of the ring. This is not where he wants to be. This is not the start that the New Day hoped for either. And an early tag to Alex Shelley as well. And now here we go. We're about to see vintage Motor City right here, ladies and gentlemen. The fast offense of the Machine Guns here tonight in Tulsa. A quick pin here by Alex Shelley and a quick kick out by Kofi. Alex Shelley, though, going to stay on the attack, going to keep on Kofi. And all Xavier Woods can do at the moment is look on as Kofi Kingston not looking too hot to start this matchup. Alex Shelley to the middle rope now. Splash onto the back of Kofi Kingston. And right now, Motor City is feeling the momentum in this. Alex Shelley talking a little bit of trash in front of Xavier Woods. And now Shelley possibly looking for a suplex here. Kofi Kingston, though, able to slip out of the grasp. And, oh, my God, right to the knee. The back of the leg of Shelley just buckled. And now Kofi Kingston, double foot stomp. And right now the New Day might be right back into this match as he takes Chris Sabin off the apron. And just like that, Kofi Kingston has weathered the storm, and now Xavier Woods taking down Alex Shelley. They will do whatever they have to do. This new attitude of the New Day. They want to become the champions. They want to show that they need to be disrespected no longer. And right now, Xavier Woods going to work on one half of the champions. And now once again, Chris Sabin taking off the apron. I mean, it's not illegal. And I can't really complain too much about it. That is just the New Day doing what they have to do. It's Tag Team 101 right there. You gotta isolate one half of the team if you're gonna win this match. And that's exactly what the New Day are doing right now. They want to become World Tag Team Champions. Alex Shelley's in deep trouble here. What is Xavier Woods planning to do? Woods has got Alex Shelley on the top. Xavier Woods with a superplex. Down goes Alex Shelley, and it's not looking good for the champions. Could they lose the gold right here? That's a late kick out right there. A late two. Xavier Woods knows that he was close right there. He's got to keep on the attack. If this goes on any longer, this might be one of the shorter championship matches we've ever seen. Kofi Kingston going to work right now on Alex Shelley. All Chris Sabin can do is look on. Kofi now egging on Alex Shelley, saying that can't be all you got. The New Day are tired of the disrespect, and tonight they could finally put it all to bed if they're able to walk out of here with the World Tag Team titles. Now Kofi just staring at Chris Sabin and is just, I guess, very pathetic way of trying to get Alex Shelley to him. At least I believe that's what the New Day would call it. Alex Shelley, though, using that time to recover because Kofi was talking too much trash. And there's the tag to Chris Sabin. Well, Kofi, that trash talk has seemed to backfire. He talked a little bit too much trash, let Alex Shelley recover, and now Chris Sabin is in, and he is looking to take out Kofi. And Xavier Woods has got to start getting concerned once again here. Chris Sabin with a big boot in the corner. And it hits flush. Sabin now is going to head to the top rope. Oh my goodness, a double foot stomp to the back. You've got to be kidding me. That could have been detrimental right there if Xavier Woods wasn't there to break things up. That possibly could have ended the match. And now Chris Sabin gonna take out Xavier Woods right there. And Chris Sabin standing over Xavier Woods, admiring his handiwork, but he forgot all about Kofi. You can't do that against a team the caliber of the New Day. And now Kofi Kingston, he's got Chris Sabin. What's the game plan here? Now they're looking to isolate Sabin as Shelley has been taken off the apron. Sabin trying to fight out of the corner, and Kofi just put him right back in there. And now it seems they're going to dissect and isolate Chris Sabin now. Dropkick to the back. Xavier Woods, what's his game plan here? Going to go into the corner now, calling Chris Sabin up to his feet. Sabin's got no idea where he is. Here comes Xavier Woods off the springboard with the DDT. Gaining as much momentum as he could, downing Chris Sabin, driving his head into the mat, but unfortunately for Xavier Woods, it's not enough. And now Woods, what's he going to do here? Woods going to head to the top rope looking for something big. Sabin, though, able to stop him in his tracks. Looks like Xavier Woods is trying to get set up there. Lost his footing a little bit. Sabin misses the kick. And now, oh my goodness, what a jumping knee strike by Xavier Woods. And now Woods gives him another for his troubles. Now Woods is going to head to the top rope. Looking to stack the offense is Xavier Woods. Elbow drop to the back. Will that do it? Will we have new champions? No, we won't, as Alex Shelley is there to save his tag team partner. Xavier Woods not too happy about it once again, taking Shelley off the apron. There's a tag to Kofi Kingston. The isolation continues to work for the New Day. And now Kofi, SOS! Could that do it? All the way in New Day territory with the pin. And Chris Sabin, however, still has breath in his lungs. I mean, you got to know that Chris Sabin possibly just saw the World Tag Team Championship reign of the Machine Guns flash just before his eyes after that one. But Kofi knows that they have them right where they want them, and it's only a matter of time before the New Day can possibly put this one away. Chris Sabin, though, starting to fight back out of the corner. Starting to fight back against the New Day. Chris Sabin now takes out Xavier Woods once again. And now Kofi looking to take out Chris Sabin. Oh my goodness, and he ate the floor. Chris Sabin right now fighting back any way he can against the New Day. Sabin is down. This is the perfect opportunity to get to Alex Shelley, possibly for a tag. That's exactly what Sabin is trying to do here. The referee continues to get in the way. Kofi's back in the ring. We've got a tag. Alex Shelley is in. Kofi trying to stop him. Trying to stop any type of momentum. Shelley, though, taking out the leg. Here comes Alex Shelley. Kick to the gut. And a little bit of sliced bread. He's got the cover. Folding up Kofi, but Xavier Woods breaks it up. Nothing going there for Alex Shelley. Shelley, though, not going to allow Kofi to fight his way back into the match. A tag made to Chris Sabin. And now Sabin takes out Xavier Woods as he eats the apron. And now Sabin sending Kofi back into the corner. And wait a minute, the tag to Alex Shelley looking for some skull and bones. Skull and bones by the champions. That's all she wrote. The title retention is in the hand. The titles will stay with the Motor City Machine Guns as they vanquish the New Day here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What a tag team championship contest. Two of the greatest tag teams to ever do it, going 2v2. But just like what happened with the Usos, Motor City just seemed to be the better team here tonight. And now Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley can put the New Day behind them, and they can see what's next for Motor City. What a victory here tonight.
Here are your winners, and still World Tag Team Champions, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Once again, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin show why they are the standard bearer of tag team wrestling as they retain their World Tag Team Championships here tonight. What a victory it was for Motor. Well, wait a minute here. Well, this is the Bloodline MFT. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa hitting the ring. And the World Tag Team Champions once again being ambushed after a hard-earned victory. Saturday night's main event is coming to you live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and it is just around the corner. Of course, the women's tag team, the women's intercontinental, and the women's United States championships will all be on the line. But also going down in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen, it will be the in-ring debut of Blake Monroe. Her first match as a member of the Blue Brand, she will take on the woman that she has gone back and forth with over the last couple of months. Tiffany Stratton, one-on-one with Blake Monroe at Saturday night's main event. A lot more to be announced for that phenomenal night. What a night it is going to be in Philadelphia, just around the corner. But speaking of phenomenal nights, we want to take another look back at the Battleground Premium Live event, ladies and gentlemen. The match that kicked off the festivities in Fort Worth, that being women's tag team action, as the Nightmare Rhea Ripley teamed with her best friend Io Sky, going 2v2 against the Rockstar Renegades in JC Jane and Fallon Henley, Fatal Influence. JC Jane and Fallon Henley made their name known here on Monday Night Raw when JC Jane would immediately cost Rhea Ripley a shot at the women's world title, and Fallon Henley would also join herself in this mission to take out Rhea. And of course, the numbers game would continue to get best of Rhea Ripley, but then Io Sky would then enter the fray, and then we just had this war between these four women. Of course, Fatal Influence have tried to make their name known, trying to take out the top stars here on Monday Night Raw to let it be known that a takeover was coming, that they were looking to take over the Red Brand. Of course, JC Jane held a one-on-one victory over Io Sky, and then Rhea Ripley held a one-on-one victory over Fallon Henley, and it seemed like the crash course was happening, that it was going towards Battleground. And as you can see with the match highlights, these two teams went to war. A challenge on behalf of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Rhea sent out the challenge, and of course it was made official for the big night. And what a matchup it was as things started to lose control here near the end of the match. You see Rhea Ripley going at it with Fallon Henley in the middle of the ring, and that is when we would see the arrival of one Laney Reed, once again shifting the numbers into favor for Fatal Influence. And this, unfortunately, for Rhea Ripley and Io Sky would be their undoing, as Laney Reed would take out Io Sky on the outside, and that would open the door for Fatal Influence to pick up the biggest win of their career in tag team action over Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. See here, Michin and B-Fab are set for tag team action here tonight. And they are taking on aforementioned Fatal Influence. The Rockstar Renegades are now rolling around as a trio here on the red brand. The woman who made her impact known at Battleground, Laney Reed. The Cowgirl, Fallon Henley. And of course, the Rockstar, JC Jane.
And their opponents, accompanied by JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Lane Reed. Fatal Influence.
Well, you gotta think, after their huge tag team victory over Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at Battleground, the takeover for Fatal Influence is surely underway. They have already made it past the basic steps that they needed. They've taken out two of the biggest names we have, not only on Monday Night Raw, but in WWE and in general. These three have done whatever it takes to make sure that they are household names here on the red brand. And we have an announcement for Saturday night's main event. JC Jane is going to get the opportunity of a lifetime. She's going to get the opportunity to become Women's Intercontinental Champion. But to do that, she's got to go through Io Sky yet again. Of course, we all know JC Jane already holds a one-on-one victory over Io Sky, but you got to think, especially after what happened at Battleground, the Genius of the Sky is coming back with a vengeance. So the Women's Intercontinental Championship will be decided between Io and JC. Another chapter in this rivalry will be written. But tonight it is Laney Reed and Fallon Henley in tag team action, as Laney Reed not taking Michin too seriously at the moment, it seems, as she turns around right into a strike. And out of the gate, Laney Reed already biting off more than she can chew is, oh my goodness, the overhead throw. And Michin right now has Laney Reed looking crazy. And oh, look at this, Laney immediately tagging out. Clearly, she was not ready for what Michin was going to bring to the table here tonight. Already tagging in Fallon Henley into the match. Here we go, these two teams going back and forth. Michin and Fallon in the middle of the squared circle. Fallon Henley in trouble into the powerbomb. Of course, big opportunity, as we said, for JC Jane as she looks to become the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And you already know Fatal Influence will possibly be looking to hold the gold, hold all of the gold here on Monday Night Raw at some point. And the first step is JC Jane claiming that Women's Intercontinental Championship. You got to think maybe Fallon Henley and Laney Reed may be looking towards the women's tag titles, or maybe they're looking towards possibly getting that Women's World Championship. We don't know what is on the mind of Fatal Influence right now, but what we do know is that they're in tag team action right here, right now, against B-Fab and Michin. And right now, Fallon Henley's going to tag in to Laney Reed, and it seems like Fatal Influence has weathered the storm. Michin is now out of the fight. B-Fab's in the ring, and Laney Reed right now looking to go to town. Of course, as we said, Laney Reed making her big debut at Battleground, making her presence known, joining forces with Fallon Henley and JC Jane. Of course, Laney spent a little bit more time down in NXT, just a couple of more shows for Laney, but now she is here, finally back with her sisters, and she is looking to take over the red brand, just like Fatal Influence took over NXT for a little bit of time. Of course, Laney Reed so young into her career, and having JC Jane and Fallon Henley by her side is surely going to help out this young woman. I see a future champion in her. I see a championship, many championships in her future. Hell, a future main eventer Lainey Reed could be. You could say that about all these women in Fatal Influence. That is just the talent that they have in this group. The only thing is, not many people like how they handle their business, and we don't really like their attitude very much. I mean, we've seen that attitude for about a month and some change here on Monday Night Raw, and it has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Instead of making friends, they're making a lot of enemies. And as Booker T would say, well, is really any good heel in the business would say, if you're not making enemies, you're not making money. That's exactly what Fatal Influence is here to do. Right now, Fallon Henley in the match. B-Fab has really not gotten anything going in this one. Oh, there's a running crossbody by Fallon. She falls into the cover now on B-Fab. And oh, a late 2 count there. B-Fab barely getting that shoulder up. Michin is just itching to get back into this match, and B-Fab's got to find a way back to her. And that kick could possibly be the start of it, sweeping the leg of Fallon Henley as well into the running double axe handle. B-Fab has the opening, and she finally gets the tag. In comes in Michin. And now Michin out of the gate taking down Fallon Henley. Now look at it. Oh my goodness! Well, she took out Lainey Reed, and Lainey landed right on Jacy Jayne on the outside. There's that spinning kick. Just like that, as soon as Michin got into the ring, it seems like the momentum had shifted. Fallon Henley, though, able to thrust the shoulder up. Well, oh my goodness. A lot going wrong right there for Fatal Influence. Lainey accidentally landing on Jacy Jayne. Hopefully Jacy is okay. But right now, Fallon not looking too good as Michin right now all over Fallon Henley. Well, Fallon able to get back to her feet here. And now there's a big boot there by Fallon. And so wait a minute, Michin now with the roll up here on Fallon Henley. Will this do it here? Will Fallon be able to low? She got the shoulder up just in time. And oh, there's a running shotgun drop kick. Fallon Henley in deep trouble. There's a kick to the gut. Here comes Michin now. Protect your neck. Into the cover on Fallon Henley to win the matchup here. Lainey Reed, though, running in there to save Fallon Henley from defeat. Like I say, it would be a bit embarrassing here if Fatal Influence were to lose their first match as a trio here tonight. And now you can see here Jacy Jayne now getting involved, distracting Michin. This is exactly what Fatal Influence is all about. They will do whatever it takes to get any type of advantage, and they are using the numbers game very well right now. Michin still able to fight back here against Lainey Reed, and now, oh, there's the wheelbarrow bulldog. Now Michin, she's going to tag in B-Fab. B-Fab wants a piece of Lainey Reed. B-Fab is now in the ring. As Lainey in the corner, here comes B-Fab, shoulder to the gut. B-Fab trying to get some offense in here, but Lainey Reed caught the boot. Oh, face first on the canvas. And now what is Lainey Reed going to do here? Trying to make sure Fatal Influence keeps the momentum in this tag team contest. And now B-Fab in trouble once again, using the ropes to pull herself up. Look at Lainey with a monkey flip out of the corner. And now Lainey Reed might be looking for the finishing touches as, oh, there's a blue thunder bomb. Wow. The power and the talent of Lainey Reed is showcased here tonight. And Lainey may be looking for the finishing touches in this matchup. Off the ropes. Oh, there's that big running knee strike that took out Io Sky this past weekend at Battleground. B-Fab's gotta be out cold here. Lainey Reed hooking the leg. It's a successful debut for Lainey in Fatal Influence. Big victory here tonight for Fatal Influence as they continue their rise to the top here on the red brand. They took out Io Sky and they took out Rhea Ripley. The only question that is left to be asked, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to stop these women? Can anybody stop these women? Really, who's next on the chopping block for Fatal Influence? The plan is swiftly in motion, ladies and gentlemen. These three ladies have come to the red brand, and in just a handful of appearances, they have changed the landscape of Monday Night Raw as we know it. And JC Jane can complete yet another step of their Monday Night Raw takeover when she takes on Io Sky once again with the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line at Saturday night's main event just around the corner in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is sure to be a very important night for Fatal Influence as they walk out of Tulsa with the victory. But let us take another look back at Battleground, ladies and gentlemen. The Intercontinental Championship was on the line as the champion, the visionary, Seth Rollins, defended the gold against the leader of MFT, Solo Sikoa. Of course, Seth Rollins has been blamed by Solo for his family's failures. Solo believes that Seth Rollins is the main reason why his family is not on top of Monday Night Raw, and Seth Rollins says that Solo really needs to take responsibility for his failures. He's supposed to lead the family, and yet he couldn't even get the first step done of claiming the Intercontinental Championship. And so Rollins gave Solo what he wanted after weeks of attacks. After weeks of getting outnumbered, Rollins finally gave Solo Sikoa his shot at the Intercontinental Championship in Fort Worth. A back and forth affair between these two men who were a part of the fatal four-way matchup back at Backlash to crown a champion. And Seth Rollins and Solo gave each other everything they got. Solo doing anything he can to weaken down Seth Rollins and to show that he should have walked out of Backlash as the Intercontinental Champion without Seth Rollins screwing him out of the win. But Seth Rollins, we all know how hard Seth Rollins fights. And Seth Rollins would not allow Solo Sikoa to have his way. Rollins would start fighting his way back into the matchup. But Solo Sikoa always had a plan. Rollins tried for the Phoenix Splash, but to no avail. Solo able to get the knees up. And after this spinning Solo, I think everybody thought we had a new Intercontinental Champion. But clearly, Seth Rollins had other plans. Seth Rollins and Solo Sikoa would continue to go back and forth. But the big thing in this matchup would be that Solo would have backup. We talked about the numbers game, and that's exactly what we saw at Battleground. We would see the arrival of Tama Tonga, and he would get into the ring and help Solo try to win the match while referee Jessica Carr and Seth Rollins were distracted. As Rollins turns around, he gets planted with that DDT. And everybody thought that was the moment that Solo needed. Another Samoan spike for Seth Rollins. Surely everyone thought Solo had it, but Rollins still said no, defiant as ever. And two curb stomps later, Solo Sikoa would be pinned to the mat for a 3 count, and Seth Rollins would walk out of Battleground still your Intercontinental Champion. Seth Rollins able to get past Solo Sikoa, and now Solo must live with his failures, and Rollins can finally move on to what's next for him and the Intercontinental Championship. And speaking of the Intercontinental Champion, look who has arrived here in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins is in a good mood, it seems, ladies and gentlemen. He has finally passed his saga with Solo Sikoa, and now the Visionary is here to talk to the great people of the WWE Universe. A successful title retention for Seth Rollins. We've seen many of those in his storied career here in WWE. But the question is, who is next to step up to the plate? He's defended the gold against Sheamus in an open challenge. He defended the gold against Solo Sikoa back at Battleground. We just saw those results. And now we will see who will be the next man to step up to Seth Rollins. Who wants a crack at the Workhorse Champion? And I believe that is exactly what Seth Rollins is out here to find out, and amongst other things he might want to touch on. as the WWE Universe here in Tulsa sings his song. Seth Rollins is live, and he is in the building. Well, this is certainly an interesting development. That is all ego, Ethan Page. Well, what the hell is Ethan Page doing here? Last I checked, he wasn't on the official Monday Night Raw roster unless I missed something big. Ethan Page is here, and he is confronting the Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is not backing down from Ethan Page. Ethan Page wants to shake Raw to its core. He wants to take the Intercontinental Championship from Seth Rollins. He may get his chance at Saturday night's main event. Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the men's Money in the Bank qualifying matchups begin as the brothers go toe-to-toe. Penta versus Rey Fenix coming up next here on Monday Night Raw. Back live here on Monday Night Raw, everybody, and there was a bit of a situation that took place at the Battleground Premium Live event concerning CM Punk and Braun Breaker, and let's take a look back at that, and we will touch on it in a little bit. Can't wait for this one. It is sure to be a Wait a minute. CM Punk just came through the damn crowd. What the hell is going on? He's not scheduled to be here. Well, the best in the world, CM Punk, making his intentions known, even though he is not supposed to be here. He is here to fight, and he is here for Braun Breaker. Of course, as we know, Braun Breaker assaulting CM Punk just a couple of weeks ago before the show got underway on Raw. And so, wait a minute. The badass Braun Breaker is here, and CM Punk has realized it. Security trying to get Punk out of the building. As we said, he is not supposed to be here, but clearly, now that these two men have locked eyes, it is about to go down in Fort Worth. This is not a scheduled segment on the show here tonight, but it's happening regardless because Punk and Braun Breaker are now about to throw hands. Here we go. CM Punk getting back at Braun Breaker as security and officials try to break these two up, but clearly there is unfinished business between these two men. It was a very explosive situation this past weekend at Battleground. Neither man was supposed to be in the building, and it led to an all-out war. As a result, both men have been suspended here tonight, and other consequences and measures are being talked about amongst WWE officials as we hope to get more news on that situation whenever we can. Of course, that situation with CM Punk and Braun Breaker is an issue for another day as we get set for another Money in the Bank qualifying matchup, this time on the men's side. These two brothers go toe-to-toe once again in their careers, but this time, possibly the biggest stakes are at hand. A spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match is up for grasp as Rey Fénix is ready to go to war. Well, I gotta tell you, I've been excited for this matchup all night, and we are finally almost there. The bell is about to ring for these two gladiators to go one-on-one. One-on-one for a spot in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match to retrieve the briefcase for a guaranteed World Championship opportunity any place, anytime. Rey Fénix still looking for his big break here in the WWE, has had a storied career which has brought him and his brother to this stage. Of course, a little bit more success on the side of Penta, but Rey Fénix, still a phenomenal competitor, just needs one big win, one big break in order to get the success and mirror the success that his brother has had early on in their time in WWE. And here comes the man that went toe-to-toe with the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther last week. He is looking to take that great performance and this time have it end in victory. And he's got to go through a man that knows him the best. Penta, Rey Fénix, one-on-one here tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It doesn't get any bigger or any better than this. What a performance it was for Penta against the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther last week in the Pick Your Poison stipulation. LA Knight choosing Penta, knowing Penta would give Gunther quite the challenge, quite the scare, and indeed that is exactly what this man did. And tonight, well really over the weekend, it seems that the WWE Universe has been clamoring for more Penta. They want the man with zero fear to get a lot more opportunities. And tonight could be the biggest opportunity of Penta's career if he is able to walk out victorious over his brother and advance to the Spark Arena for Money in the Bank. This is going to be a classic. This could be an early match of the year candidate, ladies and gentlemen. Penta and Rey Fenix one-on-one to see who will be the first man to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. As Rey Fenix extends the hand and the shake by his brother. This is going to be a good one. And don't forget, we still have our main event to go. Women's World Championship on the line in a no disqualification matchup between the champion Stephanie Vaquer and the challenger Natalya. But as of right now, we have to focus on this match right here. As we see these two men exchanging holds right now, trying to get the better of each other, trying to feel each other out, seeing what version of each other they're going to get here tonight. Now, Rey Fenix now has the upper hand over Penta with the headlock. Penta trying to fight a way out of it. There's a nice takeover there by Rey Fenix. And this is a phenomenal start in this matchup right here. Now the head scissors by Penta. Now Rey Fenix able to kick up out of it, and now we're at a stalemate. Now what they do here, we're going to lock up once again. Here we go. Penta and Rey Fenix once again. Now it's a headlock on behalf of Penta. Rey Fenix struggling to fight out of this one. And now Penta, look at this. Now going to the A-frame is the man with zero fear. Still trying to feel each other out, trying to see who is going to make the first mistake in this one. As Rey Fenix able to fight out of that. And now Rey Fenix now is still going to do some strikes here onto Penta. And now Penta sitting off the ropes. Under goes Rey Fenix. And now look at this. The head scissors take down Big Hurricane Rana. And Rey Fenix early on seems to have the upper hand. Penta now getting back to his feet. A big chop there by Rey Fenix. Now off the ropes goes Penta. There's the leapfrog, followed by the drop down. Rey Fenix now with, there's a big German. And he bridges for the cover here. Shoulders are down, kick out by Penta. And right now, Rey Fenix in full control of this one. As Penta starts to get up to his feet. Rey Fenix now, try for the springboard drop kick, but Penta able to sidestep out of the way just in time. And maybe that is the mistake that might cost Rey Fenix the matchup here tonight. And now here's Penta. What's he looking to do? Hangs him up on that top rope. And Penta right now trying to get the WWE Universe fully behind him in this matchup. There's a sling blade there by Penta. And now Penta from the top with a whisper in the wind. Into the cover now on Rey Fenix. There's a kick out. Well, already throwing caution to the wind is both of these competitors. We know how important Money in the Bank is to each WWE superstar. If you have a chance to qualify for that matchup, you better make the most of it. Reversal there by, my God, what a super kick by Rey Fenix. And now he's got Penta on the shoulders in electric chair position. And now, my goodness, set out power bomb. And Rey Fenix is starting to feel it. The WWE Universe is a little bit divided in this one. They don't know really who to cheer for. Both of these men, my God, did you hear that? Both of these men have the support of the WWE Universe here tonight. Oh boy, Penta catching Rey Fenix out of the air into the body slam. And now Penta is going to head to the top rope. Rey Fenix in perfect position. There's a swanton bomb. And Rey Fenix crawling to the apron, rolling to the apron really. Penta not able to capitalize off of that swanton. Oh boy, Rey Fenix, that is not where he wants to be as Penta may be looking to fly. Here comes the man with zero fear, taking out his brother as he flies over the top rope. And the WWE Universe is loving this one early on. There's a double foot stomp off the barricade. And right now it seems like Penta has the upper hand in this one over Rey Fenix. And now, there's a frog splash to the back off the springboard. Will this be enough for Penta to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match? No, it will not, as Rey Fenix fights out of that one. Now Ray Phoenix slowly getting back to his feet. He's got to find a way back into this one, and blocking that strike and delivering these chops will certainly help. Oh, there's a kick as Penta goes to the outside. Here comes Ray Phoenix now through the middle and the bottom rope, and there's a Hurricane Rana. And now Ray Phoenix, what's he planning to do here? There's a springboard crossbody to the outside. And Ray Phoenix is now fired up. We've seen these two team before here on Monday Night Raw in the last couple of months, but tonight they now must battle to see who is going to the Spark Arena. There's a nice drop kick. Ray Phoenix picking Penta up to his feet, and now sends Penta into the corner. There's a nice strike there. And now Ray Phoenix, this is vintage Ray Phoenix, running on that top rope, and there's that big kick to the face of Penta. Ray Phoenix now is fully in control, has got Penta on his shoulders. Ray Phoenix, he drops him into the cover, hooking the leg on Penta. But Penta able to fight out at 2. Ray Phoenix thought he had the match won. Well, now what do you do if you're Ray Phoenix? He's got a hold of Penta. He's going to bring him over towards the corner. Trying to weaken down Penta as much as he possibly can, but Penta is not going to allow it. The man with zero fear has a lot left in the tank. He is still fighting back in this one. Penta, there's a nice German. You can feel the tension in this match, ladies and gentlemen. It is all about qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and only one of these two men will be able to, unfortunately. We would love to have both of these competitors in there, but unfortunately, only one of them is going to be able to make the trip to New Zealand into the Spark Arena. And now Ray Phoenix, there's a crossbody from the top down to the outside. And the WWE Universe has been loving this matchup. What a contest this has been between these two. We knew this was going to be a good one. And now Ray Phoenix heads to the top. Thinking about his next move. There's an elbow drop to the back. He's going to go into the cover now, hooking the leg of Penta. Will this be enough to qualify for Money in the Bank? It certainly is not. A lot of fight left in Penta. We saw the fight that he gave Gunther last week. Surely he's going to give his brother the same thing. Wait a minute. Penta driver out of nowhere. In the middle of the squared circle. Has Ray Phoenix beat? No, he doesn't. Ray Phoenix powering the shoulder up at 2. But Penta knows what he must do now. He's got Ray Phoenix right where he wants him. Ray Phoenix is in trouble, and now look at this from Penta. Ray Phoenix is in the drop zone. Penta up to the middle rope. He's gonna call Ray Phoenix up to his feet now. Ray Phoenix has got no clue where he is. There's that crossbody. And now Penta with the sense of urgency. What is the plan here? He's got him in the corner once again. Oh boy, he takes out the leg. We know what he's looking for here. The Mexican Destroyer. Penta's finished. Penta's gonna win it. He's gonna go to Money in the Bank. How did Ray Phoenix kick out of that? Penta thought the job was done, but you can't count out one half of the Lucha Brothers. Oh my goodness. And now Penta gives Ray Phoenix a hard strike, and Ray Phoenix returns the favor. Now we have a back and forth affair in the middle of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the BOK Center. Who's going to get the upper hand in this one? Oh, there's a kick to the gut by Ray Phoenix. And now Phoenix, oh my God, what a kick to the back of the head. Ray Phoenix now He's got Penta up again, looking to drive him down once again. And surely this can be enough to qualify for Money in the Bank. But it is not. Oh my goodness, I thought Rey Fénix got the job done. But clearly, there is more left in Penta than we thought. Rey Fénix, though, he's not going to give up. He's going to continue to give his brother his best here tonight, because that is what Penta would want. And that is exactly what Penta is getting. And now Rey Fénix is, oh my God, caught Penta with the comeback kick. What does Rey Fénix do now? Has a hold of Penta and gets him in the corner. And now has him on the top rope. What's the game plan here? What is Rey Fénix looking to do? Look at the athleticism. You've got to be kidding me with that hurricane run off the top. And now Fénix to the top rope, getting his footing on the top as, oh, he misses the frog splash. Penta able to move out of the way and followed it with a sling blade. Rey Fénix going for high risk, high reward, and unfortunately for him, the risk did not pay off. And now Penta, he's got him in the corner once again, kicks out the leg, looking for the second Mexican Destroyer. In the middle of the ring, Penta has qualified for Money in the Bank. Well, unfortunately on this night, Rey Fénix was not the better brother. But he gave Penta all he had. You know, there's a chance that he was possibly trying to set up for the Mexican Muscle Buster at some point after, you know, the hurricane run off the top, then followed it with the frog splash. He was trying to stack some offense to see if he could pick up the win. But unfortunately for him, Penta saw through it, and he was able to move out of the way of that frog splash. And a second Mexican Destroyer later, Penta has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a huge victory here tonight for Penta. A disappointing defeat for Rey Fénix, but he does not need to hang his head. He needs to hold his head up high. Penta extending the hand to his brother, and they shake on it. Tremendous amount of respect between these two competitors.
Here is your winner,
People have been clamoring for more opportunities for the man with zero fear. And as you can see on the graphic, Penta is the first man to qualify for the six-man Money in the Bank ladder match. And this is already a good start to the Money in the Bank ladder match fields. Earlier tonight, we saw the man Becky Lynch qualify, and now we see the man with zero fear, Penta, qualify. Money in the Bank could be the best it's ever been this upcoming show this year. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we finally are here. It is almost main event time here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. No disqualifications for the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer takes on Natalya as these two bitter rivals look to settle it once and for all. One of the most exciting nights in the WWE calendar. It is the Money in the Bank Premium Live event coming to you live from the Spark Arena in New Zealand. And we have already seen the Money in the Bank qualifying matchups get underway with Becky Lynch and Penta qualifying here tonight. And we've got a couple more going down next week here on Monday Night Raw, starting with the men's Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. It is the upstart Ricky Saints going one-on-one with Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig has an issue that he wants to settle. He wants to settle the score with Ricky Saints next week. He has a chance to do that. And also going down next week on the women's side of the qualifying matchups, Fatal Influence have shocked Monday Night Raw to its core, and JC Jane has yet another big opportunity going down. Next week, it is JC Jane of Fatal Influence going one-on-one with another big name in the Raw Women's division, that being Alexa Bliss. Sure to be a good one. And also going down next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will finally hear the ruler speak. Obafemi will be live in the building. He's going to have a live microphone, and we're going to see exactly what is on the mind of the ruler. Money in the Bank qualifying matchups, and Obafemi is live. That and so much more next week here on Monday Night Raw. Raw already stacking up to be a good one next week, but we still have one more thing to go here tonight in the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is our main event, the Women's World Championship on the line in a no DQ match, and let's see how we even got here. It was Stephanie Vaquer after claiming the Women's World title at Backlash. She was looking to speak to the WWE Universe, and that is when we would see Natalya hit the scene, and she would start taking out the Women's World Champion. Of course, as we know, on the season premiere of Raw a couple of months ago, Stephanie Vaquer defeated Natalya on that night, and I guess Natalya is holding a huge grudge. She did not like the fact that the last time they went one-on-one at that point, that Stephanie Vaquer was victorious. And Natalya would take matters into her own hands, taking out the Women's World Champion before she even had a chance to speak, before she even had a chance to even grab the damn microphone and to celebrate with the WWE Universe and get what she wanted off her chest. Natalya would leave Stephanie Vaquer laying after that vicious assault. And then the next week, we would see Natalya and Stephanie Vaquer go one-on-one. Another one-on-one match between these two, as Stephanie Vaquer was looking for big retribution against the Queen of Hearts. And it was a hard-hitting contest as both of these women wanted their pound of flesh, especially Stephanie Vaquer. She wanted to get back at Natalya for the attack. It was a back-and-forth affair, which was very, very heated. Natalya and Stephanie Vaquer one-on-one for the second time in a couple of months. And Stephanie Vaquer, she thought she had Natalya beat on this night, but every time she did, Natalya would always find a way to fight her way back into the match. As you can see here, Stephanie Vaquer and Natalya continuing to go back and forth as the highlights show as we look back at this rivalry. Both hitting their best shots, but at the end of the day, neither woman wanted to give up. Neither woman wanted to give in to the other one. Neither woman wanted to give the other the sweet taste of victory. And at one point, Natalya had clearly had enough. She didn't care about winning the match anymore. All she cared about was hurting Stephanie Vaquer, and that strike with that chair shot signaled that. Of course, that matchup would end in a disqualification and a victory for Stephanie Vaquer, but it is not the way she wanted to win this match. And once again, Natalya would take matters into her own hands and leave the champion laying. You can see here the assault was a lot more detrimental, a lot more vicious from the Queen of Hearts this time around. Grabbing a trash can, a lot more devastating material to be thrown at the champion. And then Natalya would lock in a sharpshooter where Stephanie Vaquer had really nothing left. She had nothing left to fight back. And Natalya would once again lay the Women's World Champion laying, looking up at the lights. And just when you think it was all over, it was the Monday Night Raw just before, I believe, the Monday Night Raw just before Battleground. It was Stephanie Vaquer and Natalya fighting amongst themselves. After the main event, excuse me, this was a couple of weeks before Battleground. I apologize. It was a couple of weeks before Battleground. And Natalya and Stephanie Vaquer, after our big main event, would go back and forth. A brawl that started near the stage, then went into the crowd. And WWE officials, week after week, just continuing to see these two go back and forth, brawling wherever, getting the upper hand on each other. They believe it is finally time to settle this, and they decided it is going to be no disqualifications here tonight. Give these two women no rules whatsoever. Let them fight it out, and whoever walks out of that will be the better woman. Whoever walks out of this will be the Women's World Champion. You can see on the highlights, this brawl would continue. There would be nobody that would really be able to stop this brawl. And that is what has led us here tonight in the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Stephanie Vaquer, the champion, looks to finally put Natalya behind her and to get revenge for all these attacks. Natalya wants revenge on Stephanie for defeating her on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, and she looks to take the Women's World Championship from her. So much is at stake here tonight at our main event with no rules. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission in the middle of the ring, and we will finally see which one of these women has enough in the tank, who has enough vengeance in their system, and who is going to walk out the champion.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
The biggest match of the night and the moment we've all been waiting for starts right here, right now. No disqualifications, anything goes for the Women's World Championship in our main event. And here comes the challenger, Natalya, one of the most tenured, well, the most tenured woman we have in the women's locker room right now. A living legend is Natalya. I don't care how you feel about her. You cannot deny the achievements and the greatness that she has had in her career. And tonight, she is looking to add on yet another accolade if she is able to defeat La Primera and become the Women's World Champion. This is the fight that Natalya asked for. And for her sake, I really hope that she is ready. Because the Dark Angel, the Women's World Champion, is coming into the BOK Center with a vengeance. She is looking to get back at Natalya for all the attacks, for everything that has happened over the past month. Tonight could be the comeuppance that Natalya has deserved. And La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, you see the game face is on. She is locked in here tonight, and she is here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is retain her Women's World Championship and finally be rid of this saga with Natalya. Stephanie Vaquer is ready to go. I don't know what type of carnage we are about to see in this matchup here tonight where anything goes. We have seen between these women that anything has gone between them. There have been no restrictions in these brawls that these two have had. And now we are finally in a sanctioned matchup. The dotted line was signed and the championship is on the line.
Introducing the challenger from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya. And her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, the WWE Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
So much passion and pride between these two ladies. But only one can walk out as the Women's World Champion from this no disqualification matchup. Anything goes in our main event here tonight. Stephanie Vaquer, Natalya, one-on-one. Anything goes. Here we go! And immediately, both of these women running right at each other. And Stephanie Vaquer seems to have the advantage. Referee Jessica Carr is the official for our main event here tonight. And she is here for one reason and one reason only. And that is to ring the bell to signal the end of the match. Whether it's a pinfall or submission, that is her only job. No countouts, no disqualifications. Anything goes between these two women. We will have a winner and we will have a champion. And out of the gate, you see Stephanie Vaquer all over Natalya as Natalya just drops to the outside. And the Women's World Champion is looking for payback. She's on the top rope. Stephanie with a crossbody. And this is a fast start if I've ever seen one from the champion. And oh boy, already looking for some weaponry. She's got a damn baseball bat. The baseball bat in the hands of the champion across the skull of the challenger. And now Stephanie Vaquer, once again, oh wait a minute, Natalya. Able to weather the storm a little bit there, Stephanie. And now Natalya, oh my God. Well, we know Natalya is not going to show any mercy here tonight. We've seen it from her over the last couple of weeks. And now Natalya sending Stephanie into the barricade. You got to think how much, what type of condition is Stephanie Vaquer in? We all know about those attacks that Natalya has put on Stephanie. That has had to dwindle at the health, the well-being of the champion. She can't be at 100% for this match here tonight, and I think that's what Natalya was going for. And right now, Natalya in full control of the action. Once again, Natty, oh, wait a minute, over the barricade, and now we're fighting on the outside again. Well, like I said, it is anything goes in this one, just like WWE officials wanted. Fighting amongst the WWE Universe here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, wait a minute, where the hell is Natalya going? Going deeper amongst the WWE Universe. She's going to grab a steel chair from out there. Stephanie's got no clue what Natalya's got going on. Oh my God, she throws the chair right at the face of Stephanie. Vaquer not looking too good at the moment. And once again, Stephanie sent back into the ringside area. Natalya will follow. And Natalya once again with another clothesline. Down goes the champion. And now Natty looking for something under the ring. She's going to grab another steel chair. And now Natalya once again going to town. And this is the exact type of situation that Natalya wanted. And this is the exact type of situation that Stephanie Vaquer needed to avoid. We know the Queen of Hearts. We know she has a mean streak, and she is showing it right here, right now, in the middle of the BOK Center. Natalya gets back in the ring. Is going to continue to beat down Stephanie Vaquer. And now what's Natalya planning to do? Throwing that chair at Stephanie. And Stephanie right now not looking too good. Now starting to stir back up to her feet. As, oh, there's that discus clothesline. Already early on in the match for Natalya. There's a kick out though by Stephanie. Natalya once again going to grab that steel chair. Stephanie trying to get her wits about her, trying to fight back into this match. But Natalya is always right there, one step ahead of the champion. It's not looking good for Stephanie Vaquer. And now the chair into the midsection. And Natalya looking out to the WWE Universe. And now what is Natalya looking to grab? Looking under the ring, and now she's going to grab a kendo stick. Stephanie now right back to her feet, but gets hit with that kendo stick. As, oh, wait a minute. Here comes Stephanie now, trying to fight her way back into this contest, doing anything she can to get Natalya reeling. Misses the big kick, though. Natalya with a big forearm. As, oh, there's another clothesline. And right now, Natalya doing whatever she wants to the Women's World Champion. Stephanie Vaquer is in a dire state. She needs to find a way back into this match right here, right now. But Natalya is sizing her up. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, Vaquer grabs the kendo stick away from her. And now Stephanie has the chance to go to work. Just swinging that kendo stick with no mercy whatsoever. And now Natalya will get back to her feet. And Stephanie get a running start with a lot more momentum for that kendo stick strike once again. Stephanie Vaquer is feeling it now. Now she's looking under the ring. Is she possibly looking for something? Didn't find what she wanted under the ring there. As wait a minute, she was looking for that baseball bat. Once again, the first weapon that was introduced to this match. Oh my God! Thrown right at the face of Natalya, and now hangs her up on that top rope. Stephanie Vaquer has fought her way back into this contest, is now going to town on Natalya. You can see Stephanie Vaquer also showing no mercy here tonight. Natalya has earned this type of Stephanie Vaquer. She has earned this version of Stephanie Vaquer. And right now, Stephanie is not holding back whatsoever. Now what's going to happen here through the middle rope? Oh, there's a little bit of a twist of fate on that middle rope. And now what is Stephanie looking for? Going back under the ring as the Women's World Champion. There's that trash can. Another item that Natalya has used to beat down Stephanie over the last couple of weeks. And face first off the trash can, Natalya goes. Natalya's got no clue what just hit her. Now Natalya's going to get back up to her feet. And now Stephanie with another kick to the gut and another one. Face first off that trash can. Now she's going to throw it into the middle of the ring. And as you can see, Jessica Carr, there is nothing that she can do about this match. Like I said, the only reason she is here is to ring the bell to signal the end of the match. Now Stephanie picks up the trash can once again. Oh my God! Face first. Right to the face of Natalya. Now throws down the trash can on top of her. Now Stephanie Vaquer, what's her game plan now? She's got a hold of Natalya. There's a body slam. A nice body slam by Stephanie. Now Stephanie is going to head to the top rope. What is Stephanie Vaquer going to do? There's a nice elbow drop. Into the cover goes the champion. Will this be enough to retain the gold here tonight? No. Natalya fights the shoulder up. And now what is Stephanie looking for? She's going to go back to the outside here. And Stephanie, oh boy. Well, she has picked up a table. And now this is where the carnage could hopefully start. Oh my God, Natalya caught her as soon as she came into the ring. That damn baseball bat in the hands of the Queen of Hearts. Much to the chagrin of the WWE Universe. And now Natalya discarding that baseball bat, and Stephanie in the corner and gets squished. And now Natalya maybe looking to put an end to this thing. Stephanie introduced the table, but it might not get used because the sharpshooter is locked in, and this could be the end of La Primera's time at the top. Natalya's got it locked in and locked in good. There is nowhere for Stephanie to go. Will this be it? Will this do it for Stephanie Vaquer's championship reign? Natalya still's got it locked in, but Stephanie somehow is able to fight out of that predicament. And now Stephanie, Saito suplex. As Natalya rolls to the corner, now seated in the corner. Here comes Stephanie with the face wash. And now Stephanie, what's she planning here? Going to go back to the outside. Wait a minute, what the hell is in that bag? Well, she just pulled out a bag from under the ring. I don't know what could possibly be in there. Stephanie Vaquer now getting in the ring. Natalya, though, going to stop Stephanie in her tracks. And she's got Stephanie up. There's a backbreaker. And now just stretching Stephanie over her knee. And now Natalya is going to pick up that damn table. And she has now set it up in the middle of the ring. Natalya might be looking to finish this thing, but Stephanie is going to fight back. And now Stephanie, wait a minute here. Stephanie Vaquer with the SVB out of nowhere. SVB into the cover. Go Stephanie. But unfortunately for her, Natalya still has a lot left in the tank. She's got to stay on the attack though. And now Stephanie once again grabbing that bag and now just whipping it over the back of Natalya. And Stephanie, she's trying to figure something out here with this damn table. I don't know what she's planning to do. Well, she puts the bag down for a little bit there as though Natalya got back up and she immediately gets squished in the corner. What on earth is Stephanie Vaquer possibly planning with that bag? What is even in that bag? Maybe we're about to find out right here. I don't know what that could possibly... Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got thumbtacks in the middle of the damn ring. The thumbtacks have been laid out by Stephanie Vaquer. And oh no. Oh no, this is not good for Natalya. Oh my goodness, she just barely missed them. She just barely missed those thumbtacks. But I don't think Stephanie is going to let her get away with it. And Stephanie Vaquer's got her up on her shoulder once again. Oh, right into the tacks. Oh my goodness. And Stephanie, she's going to pin Natalya all up in those thumbtacks. But unfortunately for Stephanie, Natalya still got life. Thumbtacks and all. And Natalya's still in the fight, and now she's sent to the outside. Now Stephanie turning her attention to that table. Oh my God, what the hell? She's setting up that table right on top, right above those damn thumbtacks. What on earth could Stephanie Vaquer, the women's world champion, be planning right now? Well, I do not like what the future holds for Natalya, but right now Natalya catching Stephanie off guard as she comes to the outside. The powerbomb on the apron, following up by swinging her back into it. And maybe all the plans for Stephanie Vaquer have been wiped away. Oh, wait a minute, the table just fell. The table just fell as Stephanie got back in the ring. Natalya with another discus clothesline. Will this do it? Will we have a new women's world champion in Tulsa, Oklahoma? No, we won't. A kick out by the champion. The Dark Angel still has life. And now Natalya complaining to referee Jessica Carr, right in the face of Jessica Carr too. Oh no. Well, Natalya, I don't know if you want to turn around because Stephanie Vaquer is waiting. Kendo stick in hand. Oh my God. And Stephanie just broke that damn kendo stick over the body of Natalya. And now once again, setting up that table. Oh no, Natalya, I don't like where this is going. Natalya now on top of the table. She has no clue where she is. Stephanie Vaquer to the top, splash through the table and also into the thumbtacks under it. Oh my God. And Stephanie looking for the finishing touches. Down goes Natalya to retain the Women's World Championship and to defeat the Queen of Hearts. And Stephanie Vaquer has vanquished Natalya in this anything goes, no disqualification matchup. What carnage we have seen here tonight between these two bitter rivals. But at the end of the day, Natalya did all that for nothing. Did all that for what? Just to taste defeat here tonight.
Here is your winner, and still WWE Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
It's a hard-fought victory for the champion here tonight. She did what she had to do the mean streak of La Primera came out. And at the end of the night, she is still our women's world champion. What a main event. Wait a minute. That's JC Jane of Fatal Influence. We talked about how Fatal Influence has been targeting the top dogs here in the Monday Night Raw women's division. Oh no! Fallon Henley from behind! And oh no! Well, after taking out Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at Battleground, it seems like Fatal Influence have found their next target, and it's the Women's World Champion. After a grueling no disqualification matchup, Stephanie Vaquer has been targeted by these Rockstar Renegades. She can fight back all she wants, but the damn numbers game is not gonna help her case. The takeover is underway from Fatal Influence, and nobody is safe.